Hello, here's the news at this hour on Tstv. I am Mobola Badekale. Here are some major headlines. Nigeria 69 other countries get 99 billion IMF cash. Governor Makinde commended for implementing SDGs. PERU'S Congress votes in Francisco Sagasti as interim leader, and in the world of sports, SUAREZ tests positive for COVID-19. And now the news in details. The International Monetary Fund (IMF) on Monday released its updated economic funding support totaling $99 billion to 70 emerging and developing economies to tackle COVID-19 pandemic. In an emailed report, the IMF said it advanced $29 billion under the Rapid Credit Facility and Rapid Financing Instrument to Nigeria and other beneficiary countries, adding that Nigeria got $3.4 billion out of the $29 billion to enable its strengthening balance and payment and local currency. The fund said other countries also benefited from the support fund through other channels, including augmentations under existing programs to the tune of over $70 billion, thus bringing the total support fund to the $99 billion. However, many African countries like Ghana, Gabon, and South Africa, among others, have been knocking on the IMF door for financial assistance to fight the pandemic. Governors have asked the federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities (ASU) to shift grounds over worries about the shutdown of the nation's universities for about 8 months. They are pleading with the federal government to create a temporary salary payment window pending the outcome of the ongoing testing of the University Transparency and Accountability Solution (UTAS) recommended by ASU, while the National Information Technology Development Agency (NITDA) is already subjecting UTAS to test. According to reports, the governors are disturbed by the consequence of the continued closure of the universities on the future of younger generations, felt the deadlock in talks between ASU and the federal government was amenable. However, a source who was in the know of the intervention said they identified the role of IPPIS as compounding the negotiation with ASU. The diaspora head International World Peace Advocacy Denmark, Dr. Olariwaju Abraham, has commended Oyo State government on its implementation of Sustainable Development Goals program in the state. He also charged well-meaning Nigerians to join the struggle of engender a peaceful world through sensitization on the essence of Sustainable Development Goals. Ambassador Abraham, a recipient of United Nations Peace Award, stressed the importance of attaining the 17 Sustainable Development Goals as championed by the International Association of World Peace Advocates. While he commended Oyo State government on its recent development project on Sustainable Development Goals program, he noted that after careful monitoring of SDGs activity in Oyo State, his office is convinced on the need to collaborate with Oyo State government through the Office of SDGs in the state. Oyo State Governor Engineer Seyi Makinde on Monday paid an unscheduled assessment visit to Oba Akimbiyi High School, Remedi, Ibadan, to physically assess the structural challenges reported to be troubling educational activities in the school. The governor was accompanied by the Commissioner for Education, Barrister Olasukomi Olaleye, officials of the ministry, the Auditor General of the state, and officials of the Ministry of Works, among others. A statement by Mr. Taiwo Adisa, Chief Press Secretary to Governor Makinde, indicated that the governor asked state officials to investigate the reason behind the immediate past administration's termination of contracts for the school building and the subsequent approval of its execution by direct labor at the cost of 400 million naira. While speaking after a brief tour of the building, Governor Makinde declared that his administration would now watch while the lives of teachers and students are endangered. Governor Makinde, however, pledged to investigate the structural challenges in the building, stating that anyone found culpable would be made to face the wrath of the law. The news on Tstv will be back right after this. And welcome back, and now to some foreign stories. Peru's Congress has elected a new interim president, the country's third head of state, in under a week. Congressman Francisco Sagasti, a 76-year-old engineer and academic, will lead the country until the presidential election next year. Meanwhile, last week, President Martin Vizcarra was removed over bribery allegations, which he denies, a move sparking protests across the country, which at least 2 people died and many were injured in the protest. Mr. Sagasti was elected leader after securing the minimum of 60 votes required. It belongs to the only party that voted against the impeachment of Mr. Vizcarra last week. The World Health Organization has today launched a strategy to rid the world of cervical cancer, stressing that broad use of vaccines, new tests, and treatment could save 5 million lives by 2050. WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said in a statement that eliminating any cancer would have seemed an impossible dream, stating that they now have the cost-effective, evidence-based tools to make that dream a reality. More than 500,000 new cases of cervical cancer are diagnosed around the world each year, with hundreds of thousands of women dying from the disease, and the WHO warns will rise significantly in the years to come without action. However, during the WHO's main annual meeting last week, all 194 member countries agreed to a plan towards eliminating the cancer. And now to the exciting world of sports. Uruguayan Football Association, AUF, has confirmed Luis Suarez has tested positive for coronavirus. The 33-year-old has returned a positive test on international duty ahead of his side fixture against his former team this Saturday. The Atletico Madrid striker is said to be in good health and adhering to self-isolation guidelines. Suarez will miss Uruguay's World Cup qualifying match against Brazil today, as well as Atletico game with former club Barcelona on Saturday. The next Paris Marathon will hold on October 17, 2021, organizers announced today after the coronavirus pandemic forced this year's edition to be cancelled, adding the half marathon will go ahead on the 5th of September next year. Meanwhile, runners who signed up to take part in the 2020 event will be given the option to compete in 2021 or request a refund. The marathon draws around 50,000 participants each year and wins around famous Paris monuments such as Eiffel Tower, Louvre, and Notre Dame Cathedral, starting and finishing at the Arc de Triomphe. And with that, come to the end of the news. Here is a recap of the major headlines. Nigeria, 69 other countries get $99 billion IMF cash. Governor Makinde commended for implementing SDGs. Peru's Congress votes in Francisco Sagasti as interim leader, and in the world of sports, you heard Suarez test positive for COVID-19. Please do not forget to always adhere to COVID-19 safety measures. The news was compiled by Hope. TGOK, I am Mobola Badekale. Good day, and thank you for watching.